This method of interaction plays an important role in design, since one needs one's hands free to concentrate on the real architecture. We can view the model from all angles. For appearance sake, we can tidy up the model. For instance, we can select the floors and blend these into the walls. With a simple click, we can copy windows from one floor to another. We would now like to align the top and ground floor to accommodate the existing windows on the two middle floors. We simply click on the floors that we wish to move, then use the cursor to click between the old and new positions, like so. Since we need to relate to the model through plans, sections, elevations, and perspective views, we create a suitable view of the model. We can simply name the different views. We call this one South. Now we switch to the plan view. Here we draw a line in the plan, which we can later use as the section line. What we are still missing is a perspective view. We give the view the name Perspective, select the view to be solid, and choose a background. The background can also be imported as an image directly from a camera or scanner. Now we move the whole building model into position, place it in the right spot to match the background photo. We also have the option to position to drag and stretch the background image using the handles. We also create a rendered view of the South, and call this South Render. Now we would like to create a presentation plan. That means we define the page format, choosing A1, and then we place the different views onto the page by simply dragging and dropping them out of the list. First we place the floor plans, the ground floor, the second floor, and the roof. We position the south facade and also place the sections onto the page, and not to forget the perspective view, of course. The whole plan view stays linked to the model. Any changes made to the model will automatically be reflected in the different views. The model is looking good so far. We want to make it a bit more realistic by adding some plants to the scene, which we find in the image library. We simply select the plants and then place them in the desired position within the model context. Now we would also like to add a few people into the scene. We also place these into the correct positions, and they are instantly displayed. Note that all these two-dimensional components automatically align themselves towards the camera so that no contours are ever visible. Now we can use textures from the texture library. These are simply applied to the model through drag and drop. The textures are immediately applied to the model and are arranged in such a manner as not to have any visible pixel jumps. This fast method of texturing is of great importance to us, as we want to show the design to the client as quickly as possible. We are making amendments to the project. We click on a window, for example, and as you see, the editor window is instantly available, where you can, for example, set the number of window divisions. It isn't necessary to redraw every window section. You can see that you want the middle pane to be 1.60 m. Type it in here, and you see that the window pane divisions are automatically adjusted. Other values such as geometry, scale, reveal depths, and position, etc. can simply be adjusted. Now we have made changes to one window, and all we want to do is apply the same changes to others. This is simple. You just select them here, and with a few clicks, they have all been amended. Once adjustments have been made to the model, all the different views on the layout page are immediately updated. These are at all times relative to the model, and you will therefore never have any unwanted variances. Now we can add dimension coding to the drawing. We simply click on the desired points of measurement, and the dimensions are automatically displayed. Of course, these dimensions are also linked to the model. That means that any change to the model and the dimension lines will be automatically adjusted to correspond. As you can see, it is also very simple to add elevation heights into the drawing. Now we are interested in the corresponding surface area and volume. That means we want to calculate, for example, the areas according to DIN 277, to gain an overview of the gross and net calculations. Here you can see, for example, that this whole project has the total room volume of 3,252 cubic meters. Now we take the floor slab of the ground floor and use the perimeter lines as guides for the surrounding excavation. By putting the preferences such as the inclination angle in here, we create the excavation. Accompanying this, we also get the whole cubature, which adds up to 412 cubic meters. We will try and spread out this excess volume around the site. We can do this by raising some of the terrain contour lines. Here we can pull at a range of points and so result in the excess cubature being absorbed into the terrain. Here you can see that our cubature difference has been reduced to 1 cubic meter. Now we can remodel the whole excavation within the terrain again. Finally, we don't just have an attractive graphic model, but we also have a model with realistic sizes and dimensions, which is of great value within the construction process.